In a small rural village in Nigeria, Ada, a 23-year-old woman, lived with her family and dreamed of the bustling life of Lagos. She wanted more than the simple life she had known in her village, where the days were spent tending to farms and cattle. In Lagos, Shidi, a 24-year-old man, was the epitome of laziness, procrastinating and indulging in the city's nightlife. His parents, wealthy business people, had grown frustrated with his lack of direction, but their stern lectures fell on deaf ears. BC, another 23-year-old, was known for her intelligence and diligence, but her pride created a barrier between her and the other villagers, leaving her with few friends and strained family relationships. Kunle, a 24-year-old man driven by greed and lust for wealth, worked for his father's business but engaged in dubious activities such as illegal deals and gambling. Ada finally gathered courage and savings to leave her village for Lagos, promising to return with tales of success and wealth. The city's allure quickly influenced her, and she found herself compromising her values in pursuit of the luxurious lifestyle she had always dreamed of. Chidi's life continued its downward spiral, with job offers coming and going, but Chidi remained indifferent. Bisi's pride reached new heights as she secured a scholarship to study in Lagos, but her arrogance intensified in the city, alienating herself from her peers. Kunle's greed led him into deeper criminal activities, blinding him to the risks. His father remained oblivious to his son's dealings, trusting him to manage parts of the business. As Ada, Chidi, Bisi, and Kunle navigated their lives in Lagos, their paths began to intertwine unexpectedly. Each was driven by their own flaws and ambitions, unaware of the storm brewing on the horizon. Ada, now a secretary in Lagos, finds herself drawn to the city's glamour and wealthy suitors, leading her to accept gifts and favors from wealthy businessman Mr. Johnson. However, her moral compass wavers, and she slowly compromises her values, believing this is the path to success. Chidi's life descends into apathy as his father's patience snaps, leading to financial struggles and a lack of stability. Bisi's pride becomes more pronounced as she distances herself from her peers and fails to see the value in their experiences and perspectives. While Kunle's lust for wealth drives him deeper into dangerous territory, leading him to associate with a network of criminals who promise quick profits. His charm and cunning allow him to navigate these cycles, but his greed blinds him to the risks. As Hada's relationship with Mr. Johnson grows more complicated, she realizes she has traded her independence for material comforts, and the cost is her freedom. She struggles to find stability as his job opportunity slips through his fingers due to his lack of discipline and commitment. Mrs. Pride leads to a disastrous group project, which highlights her inability to work with others and her professors take notice. Kunle criminals activities draw the attention of the authorities, leading to a police investigation and his family disowning him. The network of criminals he once trusted turns against him, and Kunle realizes his greed has led to ruin. As Ada, Chidibisi, and Kunle grapple with the consequences of their actions, their lives intersect unexpectedly. Ada seeks solace at a local community center, while BC seeks refuge with an old acquaintance. The city's promise of opportunity turns into a web of challenges, testing their resilience and forcing them to confront their flaws. Ada's life takes a dramatic turn when Mr. Johnson's wife discovers their affair, leaving her humiliated and jobless. She returns to her village with her dreams of a better life in ruins. Shidi, on the other hand, was struggling to keep his head above water, faces an even greater challenge when his part-time community center becomes the target of a robbery. Chidi, who was working late, alerts the police but is injured and the center ransacked. However, BC's academic career is on the brink of collapse after a failed group project. She reluctantly joins a mentorship program at the community center paired with Chidi. Their initial interactions were tense, but they found common ground in their shared struggles. Meanwhile, Kunle's life is a nightmare as he moves from one hiding place to another, paranoia becoming his constant companion. Desperate, he seeks refuge with an old acquaintance, James, who agrees to help him if he turns himself in and makes amends for his actions. Reluctantly, Kunle agrees, knowing it is his only chance for redemption. As Hada reflects on her shattered dreams, BC offers her support, providing a glimmer of hope for Hada. She decides to return to Lagos, determined to rebuild her life with BC's guidance. In Lagos, Shidi and BC mentorship sessions are interrupted by a surprising turn of events. One night, Kunle arrives at the community center, disguised and anxious, but a police raid storms the center. Shidi intervenes and Kunle is apprehended. Shidi's bravery makes headlines, drawing attention to his previously unnoticed efforts. As Kunle is taken into custody, he sees the faces of his family members, feeling shame and regret, but knowing that this was the first step towards making things right. Ada returned to Lagos with a renewed sense of determination and moved in with BC, who welcomed her with open arms. They found solace in each other's company and began helping BC at the community center, finding purpose in assisting those in need. Chidi's recovering from injuries was hailed as a hero and offered a full-time position at the center. Chidi's parents extended a hand of reconciliation, inviting him back home. BC grappled with her pride and struggled with immunity and collaboration. Her interactions with Chidi showed her the value of humility and collaboration. She engaged more openly with her peers, listening to their ideas and contributing constructively. The change was slow but not unnoticed, and she gradually regained her academic standing. Kunle, now in police custody, faced the consequences of his actions and was sentenced to a short term in prison. He reflected on his choices and used his time in prison to educate himself and plan for a better future. Ada's past relationship with Mr. Johnson lingered, making it difficult for her to find a new job. However, her work at the community center brought her fulfillment and a sense of belonging. Ada, Shidi, BC and Kunle were all individuals who had a profound impact on their lives through a community center. Ada's dedication to helping young women was recognized by the center's director, who offered her a full-time counselor role. Her past became a source of wisdom and empathy, and she was no longer defined by her mistakes, but her resilience and capacity to inspire others. Chidi's efforts at the community center attracted the attention of a local entrepreneur, Mr. Hazy, who offered him a position in his company, managing community outreach and programs. Chidi accepted, seeing it as an opportunity to expand his impact and bridging the gap between corporate resources and community needs. Bc's journey of humility and collaboration led her to excel academically, graduating with honors. Her transformation caught the eye of a prestigious NGO, which offered her a scholarship for further studies abroad. BC accepted, realizing that her journey was far from over. Kunle's hard work and sincerity at the local workshop earned him respect and admiration. His father, witnessing his transformation, forgave him and welcomed him back into the family. Kunle's redemption journey inspired many, and he became a mentor to young men at the community center, sharing his story and guiding them away from the path he had once taken. A special event was announced to celebrate the center's anniversary, inviting all those whose lives had been transformed to share their stories. Ada spoke first, highlighting the importance of integrity and the power of second chances. Chidi shared his transformation from a lazy, complacent youth to a dedicated community leader, reflecting on the turning point in his life and the support he received from the center and his family. BC, on the other hand, spoke with humility about her journey of overcoming pride, emphasizing the value of collaboration and the lessons she had learned from her peers and mentors. Kunle's story was a powerful reminder of the consequences of one's actions and the possibility of change, no matter how far one had fallen. The event was a resounding success, inspiring many and allowing the community center to expand its programs and reach even more people in need. As they looked ahead, they knew that their journeys were far from over, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chidi's full-time position at the community center brought stability to his life, and his newfound sense of purpose was evident to all who knew him. Bc's transformation continued as she embraced humility and teamwork, forming meaningful connections with her peers and professors, earning their respect. Her academic performance improved and she began to excel once again. However, Kunle's release from prison marked the beginning of his path to redemption. He sought forgiveness from his family and found a job at a local workshop, applying the skills he had learned in prison, and they navigated their path to redemption. Their bonds formed at the community center, becoming a symbol of hope and transformation. The city that had once tested their resolve now became a place of healing and growth.